Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, college football Saturday, Tim, but we got a baseball card to go over. If you guys have any questions about college football games, we can answer some. I have all my plays posted on my CapperTek as well, which if you guys follow my CapperTek, you get a day free and you can get my entire college football Saturday card. But we'll recap yesterday, and then we will get into today. It was up 0.15 units for me. Went 5-6-1 in baseball, down 0.85 units. Pushed with the Reds first 5, game 1. Lost with the Tigers. Won with the Padres plus 110. Won with the Yankee run line plus 110. Pirates first 5 was a roller coaster of emotions. They were down 4-0. Took a 6-4 lead in the 5th. Just to give up 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th and lose. So that was fun there. The Oakland Athletics plus 130 was a winner. Minnesota -1 was a winner, but the team total over lost. The double up on the Rockies lost, first 5 and team total over. Arizona money line, loser. San Fran run line, winner. And then college football, I left a few plays off. I wish I added Army and I wish I added Oklahoma. It happens. But I was on Stanford. And they took care of business, never in doubt. Totally did not need a field goal with 40 seconds left for them to backdoor cover there. So 1-0 up a unit in college football. 5-1 start for me in college football. We have kickoff in about an hour and 24 minutes of a couple plays that I'm on. I'm on 2 noon games. So that's fun there. Love having the afternoon action. Tim, recap yesterday, and then we will head to the chat, and then we will get into some baseball.
Yeah, I'll mention the site because we didn't really put a whole lot up there, Nick, but they all won. Stanford plus 9.5 was a nice winner. Field goal at the end, took it from a 10 to a 7. I love when I'm on the right side of those moves, unlike the touchdown in that North Dakota Colorado game. That was
North Dakota State, yeah.
Yeah, that sucked. San Fran run line was a nice winner. Never in doubt. Totally didn't need 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Click on it. Yeah.
Nice.
Oakland Athletics were the better team, like we said. And the New York Yankees were a cash cow. 4-0 yesterday, up 4.45 units. We have a shit ton of college football today. I believe we have 9 plays up on the site. 10 plays up on the site after putting the last one up today. 10 plays up on the site, and how many do I have them up on my CapperTek? Because I
personally have 13 today.
I went and unloaded today on college football. Probably way too many, but I'll be honest. I'm a little bit in a little bit of a hole on CapperTek, so I need to try to dig out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 plays in college football today up on my CapperTek. All you need to do is go and follow the CapperTek, and you'll get a day for free, and then I could send you cool deals. Now I will say my numbers on CapperTek have been ugly. I've been trying different unit sizes and stuff, and Colorado, the Buffalo game hurt me a lot because I had them on the spread for about 2.5 units. I had them on the team total for like 2.5 units. Neither of them got there. So I had 2 units on like the Rockies yesterday or 2 days ago. That didn't get there. So there's been a bunch of games that have been just rough. So it happens. But I figured I mentioned that. But all you got to do is follow the CapperTek, and you get a day. You get at least a day for free over there just by following my thing.
Same here for me, which I will put mine in the chat as well. For that, for people looking to get my plays as well. When I posted this on Twitter, I did have some confusion. Yes, you have to sign up for an account on CapperTek.
Isn't that kind of self-explanatory?
I thought it was, but apparently I have to explain these things. Yes, you have to sign up for an account on CapperTek in order to be able to follow me and get my one-day pass free when you guys follow me.
So it's kind of like how you have to have a Twitter account in order to follow somebody on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So it's pretty obvious. So not only somebody that's not really that smart would not be able to figure that one out.
Fair, yeah.
Not going to mention any names. Brew Crew, Game 1 and Game 2 parlay. Hell yeah, I was on both of those yesterday. Met run line, Yankee run line. I will say I was on the White Sox plus 1.5. Because I thought the Mets were going to lose that game, to be honest. Diamondbacks live money line. Didn't get there. I had the over in that game and the Diamondbacks. But we didn't put either of them on the site. So Baltimore run line, winner. Houston Astros, brutal. Giants run line, winner. Cleveland, winner. Twins, winner. Cubs, winner. Nice, dude. Good morning, guys. Did you guys watch the Stanford game? My God, do I feel lucky to cover Stanford. That coach is a moron.
I don't. Here's the thing, though. A lot of people are going to be like, why are you kicking with 40 seconds left? Well, they were down 10 points in general, and they knew they weren't going to score a touchdown on that play or whatever.
Yeah, they needed something.
So you kick the field goal, you onside kick it, and now you're down 1 score instead of 2.
Yep.
That was the only way they were going to have any type of life in that game was if they kicked the field goal and go to that 7.
Yep.
So the people complaining that was a stupid move, that was not a stupid move whatsoever.
Gators in West Virginia. I'm on both of those, Robert. Let's roll. Here's Nick's CapperTek. I will say Nick's doing a lot better than me right now. So
I'm up like 10-ish units at the moment.
Mine's pretty deep in the red right now, but I'm going to work out of it. Happy Zach Wheeler and Brandon Woo Day.
There you go.
All right, let's jump into the games, Nick.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let me switch over to bam. There we go. Let's get into it. The New York Yankees are hosting the St. Louis Cardinals, minus 160 for those Bronx Bombers. Total of 9.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in the spot, where this opened up with the Yankees as minus 165 favorites. It's now minus 163. A 2-cent line movement here towards St. Louis for the total. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 105. So 9.5 minus 103. So a 2-cent line movement towards the under here in this spot as well. Let me get off of college football for my markets, for my cash flow, and let's get into Major League Baseball for cash flow. By the way, we're going to continue doing baseball slates on Saturdays and Sundays because those are the best days to do them.
I was just about to say, yeah, it's week 1, college football Saturday. It's a perfect day to bet baseball. Let's do it.
And you know, it's a great time to fade the public, I think, as well, because not many people are, and the lines are softer here. 94% of tickets, 95% of cash on the Yankees. The line moving slightly towards the Cardinals here in this spot, Tim. Kind of an interesting spot here. 81% of tickets, 76% of the cash is on the over here as well. We have Kyle Gibson taking on Will Warren. Gibson, a 5.48 ERA, 1.43 whip, 9.39 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 2.35 walks per nine, a 3.55 BABIP, a 4.69 FIP, and a 4.68 SIERA. On the flip side, Will Warren, 9.68 ERA, 1.81 whip, 11.72 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 3.06 walks per nine, a 4.42 BABIP, a 3.96 FIP, and a 3.65 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Yankees. Hitting edge goes towards the Yankees. 103 WRC plus, which is second, compared to 96, which is 23rd. And for me in this game, I kind of want to take a look at the first 5 line movement here, because I kind of think that the Cardinals are live early in this game. It is kind of the way my numbers are grading out. Would be a Cardinals first 5 spot, maybe first 5 plus a half. But I do see a little bit of variance in this spot on 3-cent line movement towards the Cardinals in the first 5. I'm interested in starting my day with St. Louis first 5 here, Tim.
I was about to kind of go after the same way. Not first 5. I was just going to take the Cardinals outright.
See, for me, I want to shorten the game. I don't want to fade the Yankee bullpen.
I don't bet first 5s.
I got you.
Okay. I'm going to go after the Cardinals in this one. Yankees have looked good lately. I'll give them that. Actually, no, they haven't. They just lost the series to the Washington Nationals. But after yesterday, I kind of just want to go after St. Louis. This is still a Cardinals team that is semi still in the wild card race ? They're almost out of it. They lose the series, they're pretty much done. I think last game was definitely a bad spot. Okay, here's what it was. Yesterday's game was a really bad spot for them because they had to travel from San Diego to New York to play. From St. Louis to New York to play. But they were just coming off a 4-game series against San Diego. I thought that was a bad spot for them yesterday. Today is a better spot. I'm grabbing the Cardinals. I can get plus 150. Nice little early game. And let's ride with St. Louis to start off the day, Nick.
I like it.
To the chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my Fangraphs to work here, but I'm trying to figure that out real quick.
What's wrong with Fangraphs?
It's not letting me download it because I think my membership is on pause or something.
Yanks, no. Over 9.6. I can see that. Judge hit, Soto hit parlay. You've been hitting those parlays, so there you go. Pitching mismatch. Soto home run. The field goal was not what I was talking about. Going for it on your own 35-yard line, down 3 at the start of the fourth quarter. The series prior to the last series with the 4 deep balls.
Okay, never mind then. I didn't watch the game though.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I woke up to the score. But let's keep rolling into the next game, Nick.
Yeah, that's annoying. It's not letting me. I'm not letting me grab pitcher data, so I got to figure that out. So I can update it. I think my numbers are up to date, but I just wanted to be able to fully update them. But I have to figure that out. It's not letting me. Cubs and Nationals pick them in this game. Total of 9 in this spot. Let's get into the line history in this one, where it opened up at a minus 140 for the Cubs. It's down to a 108. Wow, that's a pretty massive move towards the Nationals here. Line opened up at a 9 minus 105. It's now a 9 minus 114. So the line moving towards the over. The line moving towards the Nationals in this game here, with 70% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the Cubs, and the line's dropping. 90% of the tickets, 93% of the cash on the over in this game here. Take a look at the pitching matchup. DJ Hers and Javier Assad. Assad, 3.16 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, 6.03 strikeouts per nine, which is 16%, 2.87 walks per nine, a 271 BABIP, a 4.12 FIP, and a 4.88 CR. On the flip side, DJ Hers, 2.45 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, 11.66 strikeouts per nine, which is 31%, 3.99 walks per nine, a 265 BABIP, a 3 FIP, and a 3.55 CR. The bullpen edge does go towards the Cubbies. The hitting edge goes towards the Cubbies here in this one, 135 WRC plus, which is second, compared to 111, which is 12th. Not a game I'm getting involved with. That line move drop, that massive drop is interesting. But not one that I'm gonna get involved with here. So this is a simple pass from me in this game. I'm gonna probably add this Cardinals first 5 though. Is the way I would like to start my day.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna really be getting involved in this one either. I will say the Cubs have been the Cubs are making an interesting run right now.
Yeah,
they're only 2 games back of the Mets, 5 game back of the Braves for the wild card spot. They're right in there. And
they have an easy schedule.
Yeah, because you look at it, they've won 7 out of 8. You know what? And they get 2 more against Washington, 3 against Pittsburgh. Then they hit their tough road with Yankee and then at LA, Colorado, Oakland, Washington, Philly, Cincinnati. They have the schedule to do it. Yep. Which is scary because all of a sudden they could be right in the playoff picture. But I'm going to grab them here, actually. What can I get for their number? 107. I'm going to grab their run line. I'm just going to grab their money line. I'm going to grab the Cubbies here. Minus 107 versus the Nationals. And I think they continue to be hot. I wish I grabbed them yesterday instead of the under because they single-handedly ruined the under yesterday. So did the Padres. So try to make up that, but I took the Cubbies.
Fair. Yeah. No play for me. I did just take the Cardinals first 5 at plus 140.
I'm taking Ottawa Red Blacks today, Nick.
I am on the Lions at minus 2.5 and the over 50.5.
There you go. Nationals first 5. Cubs are smoking hot. They are right now. Cubs run line. Cubs haven't seen a softball since August 9th.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I'm looking at this game is Nationals. Let me get that out of the way now. I'm only looking Nationals in this game.
I like the opposite side. Cubs have been scoring more runs, over 9. NL Central is a AAA league, and Milwaukee.
Yeah, it is.
This game pissed me off yesterday.
Let's get into it. The Tampa Bay Rays and the San Diego Padres. It was a game that went well for me, but yeah, I get it, Tim. That I know you had the under in that game, which Let's get into it. The San Diego Padres and the Tampa Bay Rays. We have Randy Vasquez back and the Wizard of Oz in this one here. The line opening up at a 102 for these Tampa Bay Rays. It's now 124. So we have a big move towards the Tampa Bay Rays in this game. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 105. It's down 8 at minus 119. Let's take a look at the cash flow in the spot here, where we have 32% of the tickets and 84% of the cash is on the Padres, but yet this line's moving pretty swiftly towards the Rays. That's confusing. 96% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the over here as well. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup. Randy Vasquez and Shane Baz. Vasquez, I expect better from. 7.11 ERA, 1.58 whip, 6.39 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%. 4.97 walks per 9, a 3.08 BABIP, a 4.9 FIP, and a 5.49 Sierra. On the flip side, Shane Baz, 3.33 ERA, 1.23 whip, 6.29 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%. 2.96 walks per 9, a 2.74 BABIP, a 3.95 FIP, and a 4.80 Sierra. The bullpen edge going towards the Padres. The hitting edge goes towards the Padres, 126 WRC plus, which is third compared to 78, which is 29th. So really, when you look at it, these Rays are not hitting right now. And wow, this line I don't get why this line is soaring so much towards the Rays. I lean Rays. It'd be Rays first 5, but that's minus 145 now. So, and I don't like the minus a half. So I don't remember the last time I played a minus half in the first 5. I have no interest in the full game because I don't want that the bullpen. I don't want to fade the Padre bullpen. But if there is a bullpen you can fade the Padre bullpen with, the Rays. They're pretty close. It's a no play for me. I wanted the Rays first 5, but not at minus 145.
Fair. I want nothing to do with this game. I can't get Padre games right now. For the life of me, I cannot get Padre games right.
I feel like it's been pretty simple. Actually, just bet the Padres.
Yeah, for you. But no, I want nothing to do with this one. The fact that the Padres are dogs kind of wants to push me towards Tampa Bay. But yeah, but I don't really feel like I need to get involved in this one at all. Although it is a college football Saturday, I'd love to get to some action. I don't really see myself getting to a lot of action today.
Mm-hmm.
As crazy as that sounds.
Fair.
Nick, are you able to get to the chat? I'm putting up a 3-pack of some MLS today.
Oh boy, because we don't have enough real football. You have to throw fake football in there.
Exactly.
Let's see. I'm going to join you at the Cards first 5. Gibson has been really good on the road, and Warren is a truck. Yep. Yo, Fern, bring me a kilo. Alrighty then. That's we're not going to do that. I wish I read that before I clicked it. The Padres are better and they're underdogs. Yeah, that's kind of confusing. Still unsure how Tampa gets these keeps getting priced as the favorite. Padres can hit anyone. Yeah. San Diego minus 1.5. The line movement freaks me out. Way too much to pull the trigger. Money on Padres and the books don't care. Yeah, that's ultimately why I'm keeping off this game. And I wanted to back the Rays in this spot, but not at the number. I don't see any value fading the Rays, fading the Padres at -145 with the Rays. No. You can tell if the Padres are going to win or not if Matsui pitches. That guy is so bad. He's not one of the more reliable arms in that bullpen. Padres should be that team that I bet on every day, like you guys. I don't bet on them every day. I pick and choose my spots, but here's the one thing that I haven't done much lately. I don't fade them. I know better than here's the teams I don't really fade right now. Is the Diamondbacks and the Padres. So yeah. It's either 7 runs or 4 runs from the Padres. Fair. But we'll move on to the next game here with the Detroit Tigers and the Boston Red Sox. It is Scooby Snacks Day. Tariq Skubal taking on Nick Pivetta in this one here. This line opened up with these Tigers as 140 favorites. It's down to a 134. Got up to a 162 at one point. Wow. And it's come down. Line opened up 7.5 to -115. Now 7.5 to -120. So a 5-cent line movement towards the over. Here in this spot with 82% of tickets, 81% of cash coming in on the Tigers, and the lines move towards the Red Sox. Tells me that the Sox are live in this game. 94% of tickets, 93% of the cash is on the over here as well. The lines move 5 cents towards said over. Tariq Skubal taking on Nick Pivetta. Pivetta, 5.48 ERA, 1.08 whip, 9.7 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 2.53 walks per nine, a 184 BABIP, a 6.87 FIP, and a 3.95 SIERA. I believe the last time we saw Tariq Skubal was that one game that made absolutely no sense, if I remember right, where
the White Sox game.
The line moved towards the White Sox, and the line moved towards the over, and it was 5-3 in the second inning.
Mm-hmm.
3.56 ERA, 1.09 whip the last 30 days, 11.57 strikeouts per nine, which is 32%, 2.67 walks per nine, a 3.14 BABIP, a 2.54 FIP, and a 3.07 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Tigers. Hitting edge goes towards the Tigers. 101 WRC plus, which is 18, compared to 92, which is 23rd. This is another spot here where the markets are telling me one thing, my X's and O's are telling me another, and I'm not going to pull the trigger on it. Very similar to last game where my numbers were kind of telling me Padres, the markets were telling me Rays. My numbers are telling me Tigers, the market is telling me Red Sox, and it's a no play for me here in this one.
I'm taking Boston again, and I think this is the statement series for them. I think they completely bury the Tigers after this series and could possibly make a nice run up to the top because they are not far behind the Minnesota Twins. Who did Minnesota play last night?
They beat Toronto.
That's right. They're playing Toronto right now. Boston's currently 3.5 games back for a wild card spot. I think by the end of this weekend, they could be even closer. And I think it's going to be I think Minnesota and Boston's going to be a very interesting run back and forth for that last wild card spot. And I still think Boston gets it. Do they get another series against Minnesota? They do. September 20, 21, 22 in Boston.
That's what the third to last series?
Third to last series in Boston. That's going to be huge. Although Boston next gets the Mets. But then they get the White Sox. They get Baltimore and New York.
Yeah.
Which could
help them if they want to chase the division.
Which could make or break the division, although I think they're pretty too far out of it.
Sweep the Yankees and the Orioles, we'll be talking a different story.
They're 9 games back for the division.
Like I said, sweep the Yankees and Orioles.
My screen just went back. Okay. Then Tampa, Minnesota, Boston, Tampa. Those are all winnable series. If they can go 4-3 versus Baltimore and New York, they have a shot. I think they make the wild card. So, I like Boston in this matchup. I took them plus 120.
Yeah, it's a stay off spot for me.
They score. Is this the right comment?
No.
Oh.
Let me click. My computer's slow sometimes. It's this one.
Nerfy in this game. Sure. I can see it. Red Sox money line has good value. I don't see the Tigers hitting. Scooble first 5 is an autoplay. Lots of sharp money coming in. The Tigers have the hitting advantage.
Yes, they 101 WRC plus, which is 18th against righties, compared to 92, which is 23rd against lefties for Boston. Boston's not hitting lefties well.
There you go. Boston is out. They are not. They're only 3.5 games back. That's definitely manageable. I'm going to keep moving. If I had a wrench, I would sack you off of this show. Well, we'll have to talk about that one later, Fernando.
We should start just giving out wrenches.
Yeah, we should just give out wrenches to random people. Tune in from work, hit a 4-teamer yesterday, $333, but sadly lost in video poker. We're going to keep on moving. Pirates and the Guardians is up next, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Guardians as minus 155, favorites total of 8.5 in this one. What a frustrating Pirates first 5 for me yesterday. They were down 4-0 heading into the 5th. They score 6 in the 5th just to give up 3 in the bottom of the 5th. But let's get into it here. Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Luis L. Ortiz taking on, all of a sudden, really strong Matthew Boyd. Line opened up 155. It's a 157. Line opened up in an 8.5 minus 110. It's now an 8.5 minus 105. So move towards the under, and they move towards the Guardians slightly. 88% of tickets and 92% of cash on Cleveland. 94, 95 on the over in this spot here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup. Luis L. Ortiz, 5.08 ERA, 1.06 whip, 6.35 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 2.54 walks per nine, a 179 BABIP, a 6.7 FIP, and a 5.07 SIERA. On the flip side, Matthew Boyd, 2.7 ERA, 0.9 whip, 6.48 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 2.7 walks per nine, a 174 BABIP, a 4.19 FIP, and a 4.74 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Guardians, obviously there, 95, and then hitting edge slightly towards Guardians here, 95 WRC plus, which is 24th, compared to 93, which is 22nd. I guess I would slightly lean Guardians -1, but not a game I'm overly thrilled about. This baseball card, I'm just not really finding much that truly interests me. It's another pass for me. I know it's boring, but it's just another pass for me.
Yeah, and I want to get to a bunch of stuff because the best days to bet baseball are freaking when there's like the Stanley Cup final, the NBA finals, and then Saturdays and Sundays during football season. So I want to get to plays on today's card. I don't see myself getting anything in this game. If anything, it's Cleveland run line. I don't think that there's really enough value in going after it. I don't really want to go after Matthew Boyd. Although he's been okay since joining. Wait, wasn't he injured for a while? That's why he was out, or was he unsigned?
Yeah, no, he was injured. He was coming back from Tommy John, I believe.
That's what it was. Okay. I just can't get involved in this one. Maybe I'll look towards. Actually, hold on 1 second. The Pirates are 1-5 in Luis Ortiz's last 6 starts. Their only win was his last start versus Cincinnati. Could be an interesting spot to go after the Guardians. But not laying this big of a price, and I don't feel like laying a run line on them at home. So not going to do that one there, but it would be a lean towards Cleveland.
Cleveland -1 or nothing for me, and it's a nothing for me. Maybe we'll get involved in the next game, which the next game, that team's treated me pretty well lately.
Yeah, we'll talk about them in a minute. Cleveland, it'd be a lean towards Cleveland, but that line is a little bit too wide. Is Cleveland good again? Cleveland's never been bad. So if you thought Cleveland was bad, I don't know what you're watching. They've been one of the best teams in baseball all year. Okay, if you say so, whatever makes you happy. Oh, you guys are just talking back and forth to each other. Hold on 1 second, because I want to We're gonna do with you. We're gonna give it to you, and we'll give it to you because we see you two every single day. Oh wait, and then you. All right, we gave out 3.
You got 3?
Yeah, there you go. Just because I see them every day. So I'm cool with that. Cleveland only good for the Pirates. Cleveland run line. Good old Bucko demoralized after that frustrating loss. Cleveland minus 3.5. Lean under. Holy shit. 1 out of 5. Cleveland is 6-0 in Boyd starts. I saw 3-0, but we'll see. Let's jump into the next game, Nick, which I think we're both gonna have a play on.
I thought I was going to.
No?
This line move scares me. Let's get into it though. Because we have this line opened up at a 138 for the Rangers. It's 164 now. So a massive move towards the Texas Rangers in this spot. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 105. It's down to an 8.5 minus 115. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 81% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on the Rangers, and the line's moved towards them. 93% of tickets, 93% of cash is on the over here as well. The ultimate question is, are we going to stand in front of the market and say it's wrong? And that's the ultimate question you have to do this with. And looking at it a little bit, I can understand why the line's moved a little bit towards Texas. Cody Bradford's been good, and Joey Estes I have projected for negative aggression. Joey Estes 3.03 ERA, 0.81 WHIP, 6.98 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%, 1.21 walks per 9, a 175 BABIP, a 4.75 FIP, and a 4.86 ERA. I expect him to regress a little bit negatively. And on the flip side, Cody Bradford, 4.55 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 8.19 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 1.82 walks per 9, a 274 BABIP, a 4.25 FIP, and a 3.98 SIERA. The bullpen edge does go towards Oakland. The hitting edge goes towards Oakland, 95 WRC+, which is 20th against lefties, and the Rangers, 91 WRC+, which is 25th. For me, I guess I have a slight lean towards that under. I think that under is probably worth a look. I thought I was going to show up here and I was going to add the A's money line. I did not expect this line to move as much as it has. And maybe this is Rangers' first 5. Now looking at it a little bit deeper, the only problem is it's minus 175 for the first 5, so I got to lay a half a run, which I don't like to do. So for me, it's a stay off spot. Again, I really only have the Cardinals first 5 so far. I don't like this. This card sucks.
I know. I was getting excited. I was wanting to go right back after Oakland again. It's just this has been a team that's been making us money. They've won 4 out of 5, and the one they lost 9-10, which they've been putting up runs. You know what? I'm gonna go back after Oakland again. I'm gonna do it because even if I lose, they've been making me enough money, so I don't really think it's going to overly matter for me if they lose. So I'm going to jump back on them. I'm going to continue to ride the wave. Just a team that I've been making money with. And if you want to go after player prop, probably Lawrence Butler has been like really, really hot right now. So if you guys want to go after him, not a bad option. But I'm going to go right back to Oakland.
Yeah, I thought I was going to do the same thing. It just didn't materialize the way I thought it would.
There you go. Cleveland money line parlay. Cleveland. So
yeah, why not? Cleveland minus 155 in a parlay. If you want to.
I was trying to think. Sorry, I was trying to think of another Cleveland team that was playing today. I'm like, who else is Cleveland playing today?
Guardians. Yeah.
Cleveland Guardians. Yeah, I figured out that one. I didn't know who else he was talking to.
You could tie him with the Mets. You can tie them with the Giants. There's a few teams you can tie him with.
Oakland team total over. Sure. Thank you, Tim. Now I don't feel wrenchless. Well, no, you shouldn't feel wrenchless. You're good. Hard not to take A's, but it's a lefty. I understand that. in my opinion, I just have been making a bunch of money off of them lately. So if I lose a game, I'm not overly concerned about it. Kind of deal. That's kind of my looking at it.
Yeah.
Oakland money line, I can't lay it yet. I mean, I would never lay 165. They're better against righties. Well, I look at Cody Bradford. He's been awful. And he does go 6-7 innings. So I guess I was gonna say maybe he doesn't go too deep, but no, he goes pretty deep into it. So, morning, gentlemen. Morning, untouchable. Rangers money line. Rangers money line doesn't have good value. No, it does not.
It does not.
Like Estes, ride the wave. Yes, let's ride the wave today. Black and orange run line was never in doubt with the Orioles and the Giants. Hell yeah, dude. EMDE's coming in with the $20 dono saying, "Sup, guys, and thanks." Hey,
Thank you.
Welcome into the chat. We appreciate that. Hey, every little bit of this helps. We're trying to be able to do this full time eventually. So we do appreciate everybody that comes into the chat. If you don't know, thank you. We really do appreciate it. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, you get all the plays that we put up on the site. We appreciate all of that stuff. But hey, EMDE, we appreciate you. Good luck today. Let's make some money. Also, easy 3-teamer with the Mets, the Orioles, and the Giants yesterday. There you go. Let's ride the wave. Let's do it. Cody Bradford, 17.5 over under out. So 6 innings. He's gone at least 6 innings in his last 3 starts.
Yeah.
I clicked on that instead of his stats. He's gone 6-7, 6-5, 3-2, 6-7. So his last 3 starts have been pretty solid in terms of being able to go pretty far into the game. So Connecticut Sun minus the 7.5. I'll be honest, I didn't even look at WNBA today. I did not. I probably should have. That would have
That's
been
another sport where all the action is on college football. So WNBA, it's only 1 game. You know what? I'll grab the line history and maybe we throw that in at the end. Seeing that he did give the $20 dono and he asked about the Mystics. Want me to type that game in at the end? We can go over line history, we can go over markets, we can go over everything like that.
Go over the chat real quick. And what do you mean? Oh, Mystic. Yeah, we could, yeah. Sorry, I just saw the.
Yeah, I think we should type it up and talk about it.
Yeah, go through the chat. I'll type it up on the bottom.
Yeah. Then I'll go back to baseball here. We will go over the WNBA game at the end. Because I kind of want to start to talk a bit more of that.
I'll stick it in here.
Oh, you'll go throw it in the middle there?
Yeah, I'll throw it in the middle.
Kind of like to separate the baseball?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's ECU Pirates Day, ECU in the under. I don't know. I'd be careful with ECU unders this year. One thing that I've picked up working with Pirate Radio and working with and learning more about this ECU football team, this team's going to be fast. John David Baker he worked with the offense at Ole Miss. That was a running gun offense. He is from the Lane Kiffin tree. And this team is going to move. Expect 100-plus plays per game from the ECU Pirates on offense if the pace is there.
Yep.
Mystics, we will be talking about that game.
I just put it in. We'll be talking about that one, and yeah, probably Mystics, but we'll talk about it in a minute.
And then we got this Destinesia commenting there, Tim.
Oh yeah, nice shirt. Go Baltimore. Yeah, go Baltimore. There's another one of your newest mods. Destiny is going to be a mod. There you go.
There you go.
Just because she's pretty. You saw her picture. Anyways.
Georgia money line first quarter. We added the Tigers. We got the Tigers plus 11 there.
Yes.
What's good, Joseph Alvarado in the chat? That Giants win was sweaty for me. I am on the fish tonight. Fair. Mystic spread in the under. Is it a Rangers spot because they were absolutely embarrassed yesterday? Maybe. MD giving a thumbs up there. Do we really think Norfolk State will be scoring now? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Because that defense is still really strong. I'm pretty excited to talk about that Dodgers D-back games. I warned you about fading fading this Dodger lineup. Now that Kershaw has ruined the bullpen, you might be fine fading them this series, but those bats, maybe the way to fade them is just team total over 7. Like, at this point, I don't trust the Dodger pitching. I just don't. And maybe team total overs is a way to fade them. I have to look deeper into that. Cardinals first 3 plus a 6 at -130, plus a half, -130. I don't hate that. I feel like that would have been a little bit more expensive, honestly. But we'll quickly run into this game because we've had a few questions about it, and we got a dono. So we're gonna give this a couple minutes. We're gonna give it its due diligence. So here we go. We got some WNBA. And Tim, I haven't bet much WNBA lately because I like to talk games out more, and the ability to talk out WNBA games I think would be awesome going forward potentially. With college football in there, we could talk some WNBA. We have the Connecticut Sun and the Washington Mystics in this one here. We have the Connecticut Sun entering this game at 22-8. They are 12-18 ATS though. On the flip side, the Washington Mystics are 8-22. They're 19-10-1 ATS. 4-11 at home are the Mystics. 10-5 on the road are the Sun. So the Sun have been good. The Sun have dominated the series. They've won 9 of the last 10 matchups, including 8 in a row against these Washington Mystics. The Sun are coming in off of a 84-80 loss against the Indiana Fever, which snapped a 3-game winning streak for them. And the Washington Mystics are on a 3-game win streak. They beat LA 80-74. They beat Seattle 74-72, and they beat Chicago 74-70. Now they head back home for this matchup against the Connecticut Sun. This line opened up with the Sun at -8. It's now an 8.5. This line opened up at a 154. It's now a 154.5. So we have a half-point line movement here towards the Sun, and we have a half-point line movement towards the over in this game. As for tickets, I don't have much help. 50% of the tickets are on the spread. We have 50-50 split, no cash flow. 83% of the cash tickets are on the Sun money line. Not really helpful there. And then I got nothing to work with the total here, and I realized why I haven't bet much WNBA as of late, because the markets don't really help you too much. Doesn't this feel like a get-right spot for the Connecticut Sun coming in off of a loss against the Indiana Fever, and they get a really bad team playing well? So maybe we're getting a little bit of value here with the Sun at -8, 8.5. That would be my lean in this game if I had to bet anything, is I would look at the Sun maybe first half or full game.
One thing I have noticed, and because I have been paying attention to WNBA, even if I haven't been betting it as much as of late. Even though the Mystics are bad, they're 9-22. They're 20-10 against the spread. So they've been a pretty good covering team this year. And they've covered in 4 straight games. And they're covering at 66% this year. So they've been really solid with that. And on the opposite side, you get Connecticut, who has not been a covering machine. They're 22-8. They're the exact opposite. They kind of remind me of the Aces. They're winning games. They're not covering. And you've seen that. They haven't covered in 4 out of their last 5. The only one that they did cover was when they were dogs and they won outright versus the Liberty. That's the only time they did cover. So when they're big favorites, 4-point favorite, 11-point favorite, 13.5, 8. Like, the biggest favorite that they covered this year, they covered 7.5 versus Phoenix, but that was in a bad Phoenix spot. And they did cover 13.5 versus Washington early in the season. But that's when Washington was going through their dry spell. And that's when the Connecticut Sun started off the season 9-0. So since then, we've seen a little bit of a regression from the Sun. I got the Mystics. I actually got it at a 9. So I am on the Washington Mystics today in this one.
I feel like this is a very similar spot to what we saw yesterday, though. You mentioned them. The Las Vegas Aces don't cover numbers, and they were a decent-sized favorite yesterday. They opened up at a 7, went up to a 10, and they won by 11. Would it surprise you to see the Sun do that today?
A little bit.
Okay, fair enough. I'm staying off the game, but I figured we'd bring that up. It was asked, and I would like the opportunity to cap WNBA on the show a little bit more going forward, personally.
We'll see. We'll see with it. Where do we? Cardinals first 3.
Yeah, we already got that.
Oh, sorry.
You're all good. That's untouchables today.
Those huge spreads can be turned off. It's why I prefer money line and total for decent plus money, even money. Yeah. Mystics +8. Yep. How am I supposed to watch golf, baseball, and football at the same time? Don't watch golf. It's boring. Agree with Timmy, but thus Connecticut team has been rolling. No, they have not. It's an unusual spread and a sweaty under for me when it comes to the Mystics. And then I just wonder how much effort Connecticut will give since they have to play Seattle tomorrow.
Seattle, they're 19-12 this year, so
they could be a look-ahead spot. I think they might overlook this game in general. So
see, don't you think that this is potentially a get-right spot for them? They just lost to the Fever, and they
have been playing better as of late.
True.
But
and we have a Mystics team that is coming in feeling good about themselves. They're 8-22 on the year, but they've won 3 in a row, so they're starting to feel better about themselves. Maybe this is a step back to reality for the Washington Mystics.
No, I think that the Sun win the game, but I think it's too wide of a spread.
Fair.
Look at the Connecticut to come out first quarter.
That's not a bad look. I think first quarter or first half is maybe a decent spot, and we could see a backdoor cover for the Mystics.
That I could see.
Okay. Maybe this is a Sun first half. I got to write that down. Maybe it's a Sun first half for me.
I'm gonna look up something for okay, never mind.
Yeah. But we'll move on here. The Houston Astros and the Kansas City Royals, -130 for the Astros, total 7.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot, where we have Kikuchi and Reagans. A fun pitching matchup here. Line opened up at 133 and immediately went down to 125, and it's now back up to a 132. So really no line movement on this game. Line opened up at an 8, -105. It's now 7.5 at -105. Move towards the under here in this one, which doesn't surprise me. We have 2 pitchers that have been pitching pretty well as of late. 2 fun lefties. If you guys are fans of Southpaws, this is your game right here. 79% of the tickets and 85% of the cash on the Astros. 88% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the over in this game. The line moving towards the under. I'm interested a little bit of under action in this game potentially. Kikuchi, since coming to the Astros, has looked really strong. 2.89 ERA, 1 WHIP, 11.25 strikeouts per 9, which is 31%. 3.21 walks per 9, a 2.19 BABIP, a 3.6 FIP, and a 3.32 CR. On the flip side, Cole Reagans has looked pretty good. 3.64 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 11.22 strikeouts per 9, which is 30%. 3.03 walks per 9, a 2.71 BABIP, a 3.98 FIP, and a 3.32 CR. I have missed out on opportunities to cash with the Astros in this series, but the Astros have been decent-sized favorites in the series, have won both games by 1 run, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have had the late -1s, and I would have pushed. I think this is another game where the Astros win by a run. I see this as a close, competitive, low-scoring game, low variance. So not a game I particularly want to lay a run line with, but I see the Astros still winning this one. I could see 3-2, 4-3 type of game. I lean under in this game if I had to bet anything. But once again, I don't. Maybe this isn't under. Let me look a little bit deeper into this one here. As of course my screens go black when I want to switch tabs. There we go. The bullpens have been slight as an edge towards Kansas City as of late, and the hitting edge does go towards the Astros. I'm going to take a look at this under. I think I'm going to take a look at this first 5 under because I still don't trust these bullpens too much. And it's a 4. It opened up at a 4.5. It's down to a 4. So this line's moving the way I think I want to move on and under here. So it's going to be probably a first 5 under 4 for me here.
I want to go after. I'm going after the Royals. I know. I'm a sucker for pain. I love Cole Reagans. By the way, game 1 was 6-3, so it wasn't a one review. I'm a sucker for Cole Reagans. He's been a guy that I've made a bunch of money on, and I know since he's come over to Houston, he's been good, but I'm not a fan of Kikuchi. Although they've won Did he pitch in this game? Oh, I clicked in. I want to see which was the first game he pitched in. Nope, that was still a Toronto game. Was the Tampa Bay one? That was his first Houston game. Houston's 5-0 when he pitches, with wins against Tampa, Texas, Tampa, Boston, and Baltimore. Now they get Kansas City. I grabbed Kansas City in this one. I want to back Cole Reagans, even if he hasn't been as great as of late. They've still won 4 out of his last 5 starts against Detroit, Boston, Minnesota, Cleveland. He got blown up versus the Angels. I like Kansas City in this matchup though.
Yeah, I'm getting up the odds for it. I'm going to grab this first 5 under 4. I'm looking at -110 over on ESPN Bet according to BetStamp. So let me go ahead and make sure that's a correct line, and then I will let you guys know when I bet it.
Fair enough. Mystics sitting fat and happy.
Yeah, I kind of think that too.
Well, if I get it wrong, it is what it is.
I think I only went the first half with the Mystics, or with the Sun, though. I think that's the way I would like to approach that game.
Under? I could see an under. Houston, Kikuchi is due for a blow-up Bobby Witt home run. I like a Bobby Witt prop. I like Bobby Witt props. Astros run line, fever, and the over tomorrow is the last thing I would say about the NBA today. Wings have gotten back-to-back huge time wins. Time for a letdown.
I can see that.
I can see the Wings getting a letdown here. Bregman hit, Altuve hit. You keep going after your hit parlays. They've been really good, dude. Or the Nerfy. Reagan's over 17.5 outs. Yes. If the Astros actually try to be aggressive at the plate and bases, they could score 7-8 runs today. They could. Reagan's pulled last game after injury versus Houston. I actually like the over here. Both teams hit up lefties.
Not as good as you think lately.
Hater or Harder, whatever his name is, almost lost in the game yesterday.
Yeah, he's been. I don't think he's blown a save since or I think he blew the save yesterday. Never mind. I was gonna say he hasn't blown a save since May.
Oops.
Or June.
I can only lean Astros. That's fair. Let's keep on rolling.
Yeah, first 5 under 4, by the way, -110 for me. First 5 under 4, -110. We'll keep on moving on here. Got 7 games remaining after this one. We have the Toronto Blue Jays and the Minnesota Twins -145 for them. For them Twins totaled 8.5 in this game. Cash with the -1 yesterday with the Twins, lost with the team total over. But this line opened up at a 138, it's up to a 140. And this line opened up 8.5, -105. Got up to a 9. It's back down to an 8.5, but it's moved 20 cents towards the over. It's now an 8.5, -125. We have 61% of tickets, 60% of cash on the over. The line's moved towards the over. So not an overly public over, the line moving towards it. 13% of tickets, 79% of the cash is on the Blue Jays in this spot here. We have Jose Barrios taking on Zebby Matthews in this one there, former Western Carolina Catamount there, Zebby Matthews. Barrios, 3.73 ERA, 1.03 whip, 8.45 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%, 1.91 walks per 9, a 244 BABIP, but 3.98 FIP, and a 3.74 SIERA. On the flip side, Zebby Matthews, 3 ERA, 1 whip, 7.8 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%, 1.2 walks per 9, a 250 BABIP, but 3.77 FIP, and a 3.89 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Twins. The hitting edge goes towards the Twins. 117 WRC plus, which is 17th, compared to 113, which is 10th. My only look to this game here, and I think I'm going to add it here, is the over. The market's pointing towards the over. It's not an overly public over. The line's gone from an 8.5 or from an 8.5 -105. We're starting to see some 9s out there, so that's kind of telling me that we're going to see some runs in this game. I think Zebby Matthews is a little bit vulnerable, because he's somebody who might throw too many strikes, and that's my main worry with Zebby. And on the flip side, the Twins, I think, get to Barrios in this spot. So I'm going to move on this over. And I'm seeing over 8.5 -130 over on ESPN Bet. So over 8.5 -130 for me here, Toronto and Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a Toronto game. I crossed it out and moved on. I'm not going to dive deep into it. There's no point for me to dive deep into it. This one's just a stay away spot for me again. I don't bet Blue Jay games.
Fair.
Royals aren't that good on the road. Yeah, we all figured that one out. Twins run line. Supness, what's up, Lex? Barrios used to play for Twins, incoming no-hitter.
Sure.
Zebby Matthews, I'll take a shot with Blue Jays.
I think Zebby is going to be a consistent starter, but he's not somebody I'm like going crazy over.
Everyone humping on the Twins. Hey, nobody's humping up on us. Don't do that. Barrios over 17.5 outs. By the way, Nathan, I know what you meant. Jays first 5, and Blue Jays just like Tim pass. There you go. We'll head to this game, which I'm very surprised that the Mets won yesterday.
Yeah, let's see if the Mets can win another game here in Southside. Line opened up at a 195. It's once again down to a 177. Line opened up at a 9-105. It's now a 9 even money. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we probably have the public on the Mets. The line moving towards the White Sox, 90% of tickets, 80% of cash is on the Mets. Line's moving towards the White Sox, like we see every White Sox game, and they just continue to lose. 82% of tickets, 84% of cash on the over here in this spot. We have Quintana taking on Davis Martin. Quintana's not been very good as of late. 5.45 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, 5.73 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%. 4.09 walks per nine, at 267 BABIP, a 5.11 FIP, and a 5.51 SIERA. Davis Martin's been actually not terrible. 3.20 ERA, a 1.27 WHIP, 8.69 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%. 4.12 walks per nine, a 269 BABIP, a 4.08 FIP, and a 4.36 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes to the Mets. The hitting edge goes towards the Mets, 106 WRC plus, which is 15th, compared to the improved White Sox against lefties, who are now up to 45 WRC plus. Still dead last in baseball, which it is better than the 34 they were posting a couple of weeks ago. So I'll give them their snaps. They've gotten better, but no, I have no interest in this game whatsoever. Probably White Sox first 5, if anything. I see a little bit of an edge with the White Sox early. I see this as a lower variance game potentially, so we see a first 5 plus a half potentially with the White Sox. It's also New York Mets baseball. They'll play way too close to the White Sox here, but no play here for me. It's White Sox first 5 or nothing.
It's White Sox plus 1.5 or nothing for me. The Mets run line's a little bit too expensive at like -125, -130. I'm not laying it. Although I took a shot at the White Sox yesterday. If there was a game that the White Sox were going to win this series, I think it was yesterday.
I think it's today.
Well, no, I only say that because the Mets were coming off of a big win in Arizona and then coming back, having to travel and no days off. And I thought it was just going to be a rough spot for them going into that. I feel like if they were going to lose any of the games, it would have been yesterday. I would have to lean. I think the Mets would win and cover, but I'm not laying 130 on them.
No, not a chance I do that.
Not on the run line.
The White Sox do interest me a little bit in this game early. I like Davis Martin. If there's a pitcher I'm okay with somewhat backing, it's Davis Martin here. So maybe a first 5 plus a half for the White Sox, if anything.
Maybe. Nick, able to go to the chat real quick.
Where do you leave off?
The chat is 10.
Thoughts on Pitt under 55.5. I lean Pitt laying the points. I did not bet it. It depends on what you expect from Kent State. If you expect them to put up anything, then probably an over. I stayed off that spot. I'm waiting a few weeks to bet totals. Mets moneyline parlay. I want to bet the White Sox, but the bullpen is so terrible. Then the first 5 or the first 3. Cut it down as much as possible. Ooh, White Sox first 3. That could be an interesting look, the White Sox first 3. I like the over. Fair. Just wait and I bet the Mets. Yeah. Sox plus a half in the first 5. I like that play actually an awful lot. I kind of want to bet that. I kind of do. I want to take a look at what those odds are, and I think I want to add the White Sox first 5 plus a half in this game, which you can get for -110, -105. I'm going to sit on that for an extra few minutes and probably pull the trigger on that. Leverkusen money line and under 4.5 plus 121. I'll get it. White Sox over 3.5 runs is even money. I could see that. Quintana doesn't strike fear into me. Martinez hit Vientos hit parlay, worth a shot. Martin over 15.5 outs. I could see that, especially with the bullpen. I would think the upset for the White Sox is tomorrow, so the Mets and Orioles 2-teamer. Fair. Quintana over 4.5 Ks. Yo, what's good? My head is pounding from last night. Sheesh. There you go. And under 9. I am extremely interested in the White Sox first 5-run line, and I think I want to pull the trigger on that. I think I do. But we'll move on. Phillies and Braves, minus 150 for the Phillies, total of 7.5 in this game. We have pitching matchup of Fried and Wheeler. Fun pitching matchup here. Line open up at a 138 up to 157 for the Phillies. Line open up at a 7.5 minus 105. So now 7.5 minus 125. So a 20-cent line movement towards this over here. That's interesting. 86% of the tickets, 80% of the cash on the over. Line moving towards it. 85% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the Phillies. The line's moving towards the Phillies. This market's telling me Fried gets hit today a little bit. Let's get into it. Max Fried, 6.10 ERA, 1.55 WHIP, 10.45 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%, 5.23 walks per 9, a 3.45 BABIP, a 3.22 FIP, and a 4.21 SIERA. Zach Wheeler, 3.48 ERA, 1 WHIP, 10.47 strikeouts per 9, which is 31%, 1.74 walks per 9, a 2.68 BABIP, a 3.97 FIP, and a 2.99 SIERA. The bullpen edge does go towards Atlanta a little bit, but the hitting edge, I think, is significant enough to want to take the Phillies for a full game. 144 WRC plus, number 1 in baseball versus lefties the last 30 days. These Phillies, they're smashing lefties. On the flip side, 107 WRC plus, which is 14th. I think Max Fried gets hit here. I think he gets hit pretty hard. And I think this is a double-up spot on the Phillies. -1 and team total over is the way I would like to approach this game. The line's moving towards the over. It's a low total, so I think I'll be able to get a decent number on this team total over for the Phillies. Even at a favor at that number, I can get 4.5 at plus money. So definitely something I'm interested in there. And I'm going to shop around and try to find the best available number. I think it's going to be over on Fanatics, Phillies -1, and the team total over here for me.
I'm going to grab Philly run line and just run with that. Phillies always have good numbers versus Max Fried, and Wheeler has good numbers versus the Braves. So I just think this is a good Philly smash spot. I will say I did this 2 ways. I did take the run line. I also did a 2-teamer. And I took the Phillies and I matched them up with the New York Mets. I could also make an argument for matching them up with the Baltimore Orioles later. I could also make an argument for putting them in with the San Francisco Giants later. So I figured I'd throw both of those out. Actually, I got to put up the Giants as well. But and moneyline parlays for any of those could work as well. I like the Phillies. I think they smash here.
Philly -1, -106 for me over on Fanatics, and I'm going to grab their team total over here as well. I just need to get that up, which will be 4.5 at plus 115, which I'm able to boost to plus 126.
There you go.
I do think they get to Fried. There we go.
Back to check. Or Quintana over 4.5 strikeouts? No. Quintana's not a strikeout pitcher.
He can be at times.
Yo. Oh, you already mentioned that. Under 9. I like that first 5 Philly lean. Phillies own Fried. Phillies -1.5. It's not always about the money, Spider-Man video clip. It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets. Wheeler under 18.5. Your thoughts? I would hope not. I hope he goes deep into the game. I'll just have the Nerfy for some fried chicken money, and that's all. Fair enough. Nerfy hit last time. Welcome back to the well. Matt Olson home run. He's hot. He's been hitting a little bit better as of late. In the over. I would lean more towards the under in this one, but I would want the Phillies to put up some runs, so I'd be okay with the over. Let's keep on rolling.
Yeah, we have 5 games remaining on the card. Cincinnati Reds and Milwaukee Brewers after a double dip yesterday where the Brewers won both. Good call on that one, Tim, yesterday. I pushed the first 5 with the first game. And then that was it for me. Now let's get into this pitching or this line history here between Frankie Soft Toss Montas and Fernando Cruz, which Fernando Cruz opened up the game against the Oakland A's a couple days ago. So he pitched a few games ago. Line opened up 117, it's now 118 for the Brewers, a 1 cent line movement towards them. Opened up at a 9 minus 110, it's now 9 at minus 115. Fernando Cruz, you're not going to get more than 2 innings from him. On the flip side, Montage, 3.33 ERA, 1.19 whip, 9.33 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 3.33 walks per nine, a 267 BABIP, a 3.17 BIP, and a 3.99 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards Milwaukee. Hitting edge goes towards Milwaukee here, 123 WRC plus, which is 4th, compared to 98, which is 20th. We have 24% of the tickets, 70% of cash is on the Reds. Line moving slightly towards the Brewers. 95 and 94 on the over in this one as well. I have absolutely no betting interest in this game whatsoever. I don't really want to mess with another bullpen game for the Reds. I got burned the last time I did that. And it's just not a game that I see much value in. So
You know, I'm a Brewers guy. I'm back on them today. It's a Brewers team that's been rolling. I think soon we could start looking for lucky numbers. They're 10 games up on the division. Imagine this, Nick. Going into opening day, if I told you we're about to enter September and the team with the biggest division lead was the Milwaukee Brewers, and it wasn't particularly close because they have it by double because they have a 10-game lead over the Cubs. The next 2 biggest are the Phillies over the Braves at 5, and then the Dodgers over the D-backs and Padres at 5. Every other division's really, really close. And the biggest blowout division's the NL Central, and it's Milwaukee who's on top. Wish somebody called Milwaukee winning the division. Oh, wait, I did.
no need to toot your own horn there.
But no, I wish I had CapperTek at that point because I would have put up on the CapperTek. Anyways, I'm big on the Brewers again. I took them again today. Money line around minus 110. So riding with the Milwaukee Brewers again.
There you go.
Cincinnati smash spot. No. Over 9. Brewers on the Reds. Brewers. Weather looking like possible delay. I can't take overs with weathers like that. There you go. Cincinnati facing old pitcher. I'm 100% in fading former pitcher spots. That's right. Frankie Montas was a Red. Yeah, but it's been a couple years since he's been Red, correct?
This year?
He wasn't a Red this year.
Yes, he was. He was traded from the Reds.
Oh, he was an Oakland Athletic for a while. That's what it was. What was I thinking of? Who's the guy that was on the Yankees? Oh, that's the same guy, Montas. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways. Johnny Cueto might have been the guy I was thinking of for whatever reason. I don't know.
He's still pitching.
Brew Crew, baby. If you've been betting the Brew Crew the last 18 games, you would be up money. Montas over outs. You like it. Montas revenge angle. He was there for half the season, but that's fine. 4 games left, Nick.
Yep, I've already moved on this one here. Let's get into it. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the LA Dodgers, minus 130 for the Dodgers, total of 9 in this game. Taking a look at the market here, this one was confusing because this line opened up at it opened up like a 127, it's now up to a 130. So we have a 3-cent line movement towards the Dodgers. Line opened up at a 9 minus 105, it's now 9 minus 125. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 75% of the tickets, 65% of the cash on the over. Lines move towards the over. 77 and 73 on the Dodgers. And the line moving towards the Dodgers slightly. A 3-cent line movement there with the public all over them. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Gavin Stone versus Merrill Kelly. Gavin Stone, 3.25 ERA, 1.01 whip, 9.76 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 1.95 walks per nine, a 250 BABIP, a 4.11 FIP, and a 3.33 SIERA. On the flip side, Merrill Kelly, I believe this is his second or third start back. He's not looked particularly great. Let me take a look at his game logs here because I don't think My sample size on him is enough to really go off of. He's pitched 3 times since returning. He's pitched 16 innings, 6.75 ERA, a 1.56 WHIP, 6.19 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%, 3.94 walks per nine, a 3.06 BABIP, but 5.73 FIP, and a 5.27 SIERA. It's not particularly great, but I expect better. Bullpen edge goes towards Arizona. Hitting edge goes towards Arizona. 145 WRC plus, which is number 1 in baseball, compared to 113, which is ninth. And yesterday we saw, I believe in the second inning, after the home run for Carroll to make it 5-3, Kershaw left the game. He was like, yeah, I just gave up another bomb. I'm done. The hell with this. I'm washed. I'm just kidding. He got hurt. It was like a toe injury or something along those lines, because he's a little bitch. But that's beyond the point. So if you're a player prop guy, I've got one for you. It's Gavin Stone's over his outs, because the Dodgers are going to push him to go further in this game to make up for the bullpen that had to go almost 7 innings yesterday. So I am on the Diamondbacks at plus 110 or plus 115. I apologize. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. I think the bullpen is very vulnerable for the Dodgers here, and I look for the Dodgers to struggle in this spot against a red-hot Diamondbacks team. I look for the Diamondbacks to bounce back in this game after losing yesterday. Diamondbacks plus 115 for me.
I'm going to stay off of this game. I took Diamondbacks in the over yesterday. I split out. I'm fine with that. I like Merrill Kelly. I just need to see a little bit more from him in order to start backing him. So for me right now, it's going to just be a stay away spot. I'll have plays in the next 2 games, and then that'll probably be they're the 2 system plays the next 2 games, and then we'll probably move on from there.
Fair.
Nick, I'm going to start typing up the card for the member only. So are you able to just go through the chat for me? I appreciate that.
Yep. Where'd you leave off?
I'm pulling it on. There you go.
LOL. Soft Toss Montas is such a fun nickname. I used to call him Scammy Montas, but this is better, yeah. Shout out to, I believe, Jimmy the Bag came up with that one there. Listening to him, I like that one there. Over 9, and then over 11. Dodger Blue Lava. Diamond money line parlay with the over. I can see that. Dodger run line. Diamondbacks team total over. Gavin has an ERA of 8 and a 3.53 versus the Diamondbacks. He's going to need to go deep, but the lefties on the Dodgers own Kelly too. I actually really like that look. And maybe I double up on the Diamondbacks with a team total in this one as well. Maybe that's actually a really good look in this spot, because they are hitting righties really well. The markets are pointing towards an over here as well. Let me take a look at what that team total is for Arizona, because that's actually quite enticing. Plus money for 4.5. I might have to go in and pull the trigger on that. So yeah, I actually really like that. Dodgers created the Diamondbacks. Fair. Like Stone over outs, yeah. Carroll hit. Jock Pederson hit. There you go. A team versus C team. A team versus C team. Yeah. Jock Pederson home run. Yurfie. Pederson has a 1,000 OPS versus Stone, and Lux have a 750 versus Kelly. Fair. This game's going to be crazy. I actually really like that team total over, especially with the vulnerability of the bullpen there for the Diamondbacks or for the Dodgers. I'm actually going to get involved with that. I think I am. Yeah, I think I want to pull the trigger on that. Let's get into the next matchup, though. Baltimore Orioles and Colorado Rockies. Minus 160 for the O's, total of 11.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Baltimore and Colorado, where this line opened up at a minus 160. It's down to a 156. Line opened up at 11.5 minus 110. It's now 11.5 even money. So a move towards the under and a move towards the a slight move towards Colorado in this game here. We have 91% of tickets, 96% of the cash is on the Orioles here in this spot, with the line moving slightly towards these towards the Rockies. And then we have 66 and 74 on the over in this one here. We have Dean Kramer and Ryan Feltner. Kramer, 4.61 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, 7.57 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%. 4.61 walks per nine, a 2.84 BABIP, a 3.5 FIP, and a 5.06 ERA. On the flip side, Feltner, 5.14 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, 5.14 strikeouts per nine, which is 13%. 1.29 walks per nine, a 2.92 BABIP, a 6.17 FIP, and a 4.89 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards Baltimore. Hitting edge actually slightly goes towards the Rockies as of late. 96 WRC plus, which is 21st against righties compared to 89, which is 26 against lefties for those Orioles. I have no play in this game. I lost my double up on it yesterday. I'm not going to go back to the well here. And I think the only play I have left is next game potentially. So no play here for me.
It's Baltimore every day. I still need to update my spreadsheet with, not spreadsheet, but my post with that, which that will be out soon. Oh, I just accidentally made that public. Let's make that member only instead. This is, I mean, it's a every time it's a. Did I really just delete it all? And oh my god, I have to type it all back up again. That's annoying. This is a Baltimore spot for me every single day. So Baltimore money line, Baltimore run line. I'm gonna run with them again. Nick, are you able to go back to the chat because I completely messed up the member only post.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, I thought I copied it all, because I accidentally posted for public instead of for member only, and I thought I copied it all to do it, and I didn't, so it didn't save.
Fair. Rockies money line for Drewski. Be the only way I can really look in this game.
Everybody was all over the Rockies yesterday. How did that one work out?
I know.
Everybody was, but that's not the point.
Wait and live bet the O's. This game feels over. I feel the O's should win this. They should. Dean Kramer over K's. Kramer in Coors is what scares me. Has he ever pitched in Coors? Is my question.
Probably not, considering that he's a young pitcher who plays in the opposite league. So a lot of people are making their first starts in Coors Field.
Yeah, that's why the Rockies are generally a decent home team, generally speaking. Kramer always rises to the top. Orioles run line. Good luck. Who's the O's starting pitcher? It is Dean Kramer. I can't trust Dean on the road. Yeah. I feel like Dean Kramer is a pitcher that I would rather have at decent plus money on a bad team rather than at minus money on a good team. Because I have a feeling he's somebody who can cash you some tickets as a dog, but not one I want to trust as a favorite. We'll move on. San Francisco Giants and the Miami Marlins, minus 140 for the Giants. Total 7.5 in this game. Never in doubt. That Giant run line last night. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have it opened up 155 down to a 140. Line opened up 7.5 minus 120, and it's not moved. 82% of the tickets, 97% of the cash on the Giants. Line's moving towards the Marlins. 82 and 82 on the over. In this game here, Edward Cabrera taking on what's going to be Mason Black, I believe. I do not have any numbers on Mason Black at the moment. On the flip side, Cabrera, 3.67 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 8 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%. 4.67 walks per nine, a 239 BABIP, a 498 FIP, and a 4.71 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Giants. The hitting edge slightly goes towards the Marlins, 104 WRC plus, which is 17th, compared to 86, which is 27th. I got the Giants minus 1 at minus 102. Pretty simple for me. I'm just going to continue fade the Marlins, and this is the spot that I'm going to do that here.
Yeah, Marlins fade every day. Same kind of deal as the Orioles. Just been a system play that we've been doing all year. No sense in trying to go away from it. Mason Black is a bullpen pitcher. He'll get you 2 to 4 innings. That's all you're going to get from him. But we're just going to keep on fading the Marlins as we have done, and that's another thing. I gotta do the numbers and seeing how profitable fading the Marlins have been this year, because it's been one of the big reasons why we are as high as we are in those numbers. So, gonna keep on fading the Marlins. Fish fade equals money.
Yep. And we keep being told that Marlins are a good place.
Yeah.
Kramer under out. I kind of lean that way. I think that's a decent look. Be wary of Diamondbacks home run props. He's not a home run guy. I don't bet home run props, so it's fair. Marlins are a much better team than they are priced at. No, they're not. They are one of the worst teams in the National League, and people still think they're decent because they made the playoffs last year. Like, they're not that good of a team. They're just not. They're a 100-loss baseball team is what they are. The Marlins are going to lose 100 games this year. Marlins, Nerfy, and whoever they play money on. Yep. Fish money line, I can't lay minus 148. Giants can't hit. Cabrera over 15.5 outs. We'll move on to the last matchup here. And we continue. Yeah, the Mariners are playing better as of late. I mean, they play shit teams and you win games against shit teams, but they're playing better as of late. Line open up 158, it's down to a 155. Line open up an 8.5 minus 105, it's down to an 8. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. 86% of tickets, 94% of cash on the Mariners. Lines move towards them. 75% of tickets, 74% of cash on the over. Lines move towards the under. We have Brian Woo in this game taking on Tyler Anderson. Woo. 1.59 ERA, 0.68 WHIP, 8.21 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 0.79 walks per nine, a 2.02 BABIP, a 2.46 FIP, and a 3.28 SIERA. On the flip side, Tyler Anderson, 5.53 ERA, 1.63 WHIP, 7.48 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 4.23 walks per nine, a 3.18 BABIP, a 4.9 FIP, and a 4.95 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Angels. The hitting edge goes towards the Mariners. 77 WRC plus, which is 27th, compared to 69, which is 30th. Both these teams can't hit worth a lick. I guess it's under or nothing, but this is another game I have no interest in whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm not going to get involved. This will be I know this is the last game of the day. No need to get involved. I was looking at my CapperTek, and holy shit, do I have some volume today. All together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 plays over on my CapperTek, sorry. Which if you go and follow that, all of my plays are there. You get a free day if you follow. So lots and lots of volume over on my CapperTek. We have a lot of stuff over on the YouTube as well. Not on the YouTube, but on the YouTube membership. So if you guys are interested in that, if you guys want to go that way, you can go that way too. Lots and lots of action today. But nothing for the final game. No. Where do you leave off, and I'll finish you out.
It says 10 comments there, so there we go.
What happened to Keuchel Day? He is no longer with any team. They almost lost last night by 1 run. Woo to record a win. Don't mind that. Seattle run line. Angels team total under. Woo. Both pitchers are good. Yeah, they're solid. Any base props that you guys like? Any home run ideas? Let's go. I kind of want to take Bobby Witt to do something today. But how about Lawrence Butler from the Oakland Athletics?
I got one. It's Nick Castellanos for me. Would be the only way I would be one I would look at.
Why?
Because I like the Phillies, and he's a righty against a lefty. No tragedy angle here.
Okay. Cal Raleigh hit. And Maryland minus 19.5.
I was looking the opposite way, I believe.
What are they against? Oh, that's against UConn.
Yeah, I was looking UConn a little bit, but didn't pull the trigger.
I think that's an under or nothing. All of our college football plays are available on the Cap It. And I will say, we'll do the same thing as we did yesterday, because I only got one follower on my CapperTek. So I know that a lot of you guys still can. If you guys want to recap for today's card and all the plays that I have up on the CapperTek, I'm putting it in the chat. All you have to do is create an account and follow me. That is it. Now I know I'm not doing all that well right now. The numbers do not look pretty. They'll get better. But me and Nick's CapperTeks are right there, so that we're not going to do a complete we're not going to do a complete recap. Just go and follow us on our CapperTek. You get a free day. Housekeeping. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and CapperTek. All those links down below. We're posting those every single day. Make sure you guys are checking all that stuff out. Georgia money line, easy winner. No, give me Clemson outright. No, the dreaded easy money jinx. Who's easy money?
He said the
Easy winner. There you go. Give me Clemson outright. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Iowa under. I know Nick loves his Iowa unders.
That's a 38 now. I liked it at 41. I wouldn't take it at that low now.
There you go. You know what, Nick? I think we should do a different outro for today. Let me just find it real quick. And it's gonna be this.